Luke 18. Isa told his disciples a parable to show that they should always pray and not lose heart. In a certain city, there was a judge who didn't fear Allah or respect people. A local widow kept going to him, saying, "Give me justice against my opponent." Refusing for a while, he finally said to himself, "I don't fear Allah or respect people. But this widow is becoming a problem. I'll see she gets justice. Otherwise, her incessant appeals will wear me out." Then the Lord said, "Consider what the unjust judge said. Won't Allah Himself grant justice to His chosen people, crying out to Him day and night? Will He keep putting them off? I tell you, He'll grant them justice promptly. However, when the Son of Man returns, will He find anyone on earth with real faith?" Then Isa directed this parable to those who trusted in themselves, that they were righteous but others worthy of disdain. Two men went up to the temple to pray, a Pharisee and a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed this: "I thank you, Allah, that I'm not like other people, greedy, dishonest, adulterous, and certainly not like that tax collector. I fast twice a week, I give away 1/10 of my income." But the tax collector stood at a distance, reluctant to even look up toward heaven. Instead, he struck himself on the chest, saying, "Oh Allah, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you, the tax collector went home right with Allah, but not the Pharisee. For those who promote themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be promoted. People even brought little children to Isa so he would touch them. When the disciples saw that, they rebuked them. But Isa called the children to himself and said, "Let the children come to me. Don't stop them, for the kingdom of Allah belongs to people like these. I tell you the truth, whoever doesn't receive the kingdom of Allah like a child will never enter it." A man of high rank asked Isa a question. "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "Why do you call me good?" Isa replied, "No one but Allah alone is truly good. You know the commandments. Do not commit adultery. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not testify falsely. Honor your father and mother." The man replied, "I've kept all those since the time I was young." Hearing that, Isa said to him, "There's still something you haven't done. Sell everything you own and distribute the money among the poor. You will have treasure in heaven, and then come follow me." Hearing that, the man became dejected, for he was extremely rich. When Isa saw his reaction, he said, "Prosperous people find it very hard to enter the kingdom of Allah. It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of Allah." Those who heard that said, "Then who can be saved?" He replied, "What's impossible for people is possible for Allah." Then Peter responded, "Well, we left what was ours and followed you." To that Isa replied, "I assure you that anyone who, for the sake of Allah's kingdom, has given up their home, spouse, siblings, parents, or children, will receive many times as much in this life and in the world to come, eternal life." Isa took the 12 emissaries aside and said, "Listen, we're going up to Al-Quds, and all the prophecies written by the prophets about the Son of Man will come true. He will be handed over to the pagans, mocked, insulted, and spit upon. They will flog him and kill him, but on the third day he will return to life." But the emissaries didn't grasp any of this. The entire concept was obscure to them, so they failed to understand what he was saying. As Isa approached Jericho, a blind man was sitting beside the road begging. When he heard the crowd moving along, he asked what was happening. They told him that Isa of Nazareth was passing by. So he started to shout, "Isa, son of Dawood, have mercy on me!" The people in front angrily told him to keep quiet, but he yelled even louder, "Son of Dawood, have mercy on me!" Then Isa stopped and said that the man should be brought to him. When he was near, Isa asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The man replied, "Lord, let me see again." And Isa said to him, "Receive back your sight. Your faith has healed you." The man's sight was instantly restored, and he followed Isa, glorifying Allah. And all the people, seeing what happened, praised Allah.